No claw, no paddle. This is how over 75% of controller players play, but it's the worst method. That is, unless you use custom settings, which I'm about to show you the best ones for no claw, no paddles in this video, so make sure to subscribe. And let's jump right into this. Now, this is Boogieman. He's a no claw, no paddles controller player that wins over half of the games he plays with hundreds of crown wins. He has a KD of over 20, and all of that is insane in general. But to do it on the hardest input without claw or paddles is absolutely crazy. So with him now in my lobby, we're gonna see what settings he uses and then even get tips from him on how to get good without claw or paddles. So Boogieman's settings start with his slide hold time all the way down at 0.01. His edit hold time, reset camera access, reset camera time, none of these actually matter. But he does play with vibrations turned off. He does play without quick weapons, so he doesn't use this. And as for his sensitivities, his build and edit multipliers start off at only 1.6. Then his look sense is at 38% on both horizontal and vertical with 0% boost. His ADS sense is 10% on horizontal and vertical with, again, no boost. A 1.0 scope speed multiplier, a 0-second look dimming time, a look input curve of linear, and dead zones of 10% on both left and right stick. And while these settings are important, what really makes a no claw, no paddles player good or bad is their custom binds. If you play standard grip on the standard builder pro, there is almost no way to keep up with players that use claw or paddles, or especially against keyboard and mouse players. But if you optimize your binds like Boogieman does, you can improve a ton. And those optimized binds start with jumping with your left stick. So on PS5, this is L3, I think it's called LS on Xbox. We're gonna crouch and slide with X on PlayStation, A on Xbox. We're going to sprint with touchpad on PlayStation or this button on Xbox. It's basically just your left option button. Then leave the rest of this tab on default here. Down to building, again, make sure to set this to the sprint bind again, so touchpad on PlayStation or left option button on Xbox. You can put change materials on something like left D-pad, but down here to switch mode, you're gonna set this to circle or B on Xbox. And again, make sure to set your crouch and slide bind here as well. Then all the way down below that will take us to edit, where we're going to select with R2, that's the normal trigger, but we're going to confirm with L1 and we're going to reset with R1. And then sprint, again, make sure to set that. To actually edit building here, it's going to be on R3 or RS, whatever your right stick bind is. Of course, come down here to MISC and make sure you set a map bind as well. And now the reason these work so well and why Boogieman is able to be so good on these is because the major actions like jumping, sprinting, and editing can all be done without moving your thumbs from the sticks. Which, by the way, is also the exact reason why claw and paddles exist. All of these methods are used so that you rarely have to take your thumbs off the sticks and can still have full control. And that allows you to do stuff like this. So even by not having claw or paddles, I could still get in a build fight and hold my own just because I have full control over the thumbsticks. However, this is going to feel insanely awkward at first, and it takes some time to get used to. But that's exactly why maps like this exist. I built this map so you can put on a custom background, you can play some music, you can even put on a custom crosshair, and then you can just practice. So to be able to get used to custom binds, so eventually you'll be good, you need to spend a good amount of time practicing in a map just like this. Literally just come in here whenever you have time to in free build around. I mean, I've been in here for 10 minutes and you can already start to see my progress on these binds. And by the way, to find this map, just search Carter 2K on the map tab and then make sure to favorite it so you never lose it. And now I have Boogieman waiting for me.
You ready to get these epic Vic Roys or what?
So Boogieman, if you could give 3 of the most important tips to getting good with no claw and no paddles, what are they?
Like finding the right binds and settings definitely helps. Like experimenting in creative. Like if something's too fast, turn it down. If something's too slow, turn it up. And it's kind of just like trial by error, you know? Definitely 1v1ing people help me a lot for sure. I was always a build fighter.
You know what map people can use for that one? The Carter 2K 1v1 practice map.
Yeah, I mean, just playing the game, getting good game sense, you know, is the best thing anyone can ask for. The higher your game sense is, the better your gameplay is. That's 200. Nice. Oh, you took the pump. That's it's all good. I didn't want it. I'll just carry the charge. This is the last time. Kill one of them.
Dead.
Nice. Nice.
As you can see, Boogieman is doing his thing. He is frying this lobby. And we still have more to play, but make sure to check out Boogieman on his Twitch to ask him more questions and watch how he plays. His name is Boogieman on there, and I'll leave the link to his channel in the description as well.
A lot of fun. Oh my god. This guy almost just clipped me, but I cracked that one already.
Oh, Nice. Oh my god, the boogeyman sense. Yeah.
Let's go, Carter.
Boogeyman.
So good. Wow, we really dominated that lobby, didn't we? I heard it was like the highest. But it's also kind of passionate.
And funny enough, even though Boogeyman doesn't play paddles, he also uses a scuff just like I do, but I actually use the paddles. Like if you play with the controller on PC, this is literally the best controller you can get, and there's too many features to list right now on why this controller is just so good. But I'll put the link to it in the top of the description, and with that link, you even get a discount on the controller.
Interesting. Yeah, look at that edit course on Boogeyman Binds. Holy supernatural.
Nice.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about TikTok getting deleted?
I don't think it will.
Really?
Yeah.
That's dumb. I kind of forgot you were gone for a second. I'm fighting World War III over here. Oh my god. Please sit down. Almost a minigun. I tried the
Dead. Nice.
Let's go.
And there it is, the best settings, the best buttons for no claw, no paddles. Like and even like Boogeyman said, this is going to be a long and kind of frustrating process. And this doesn't even only apply to learning new custom binds. This also applies to if you want to learn paddles, it applies to if you want to learn claw, it applies to if you want to learn mouse and keyboard. Every single time you change something up, it's going to make you worse at first. But in the long run, these changes are good. Because in the long run, after you practice for a while, after you start to get a good feel for it, you will start to get just as good as you were before, and then soon you'll be even better. I still remember when I first learned paddles all the way back in chapter 1 season 5. That's how long ago I learned paddles. And even all the way back then, it was frustrating because I was so much worse at first. But within a couple weeks of consistently practicing on my paddles, I started to get better, and soon enough I was way better than I ever was without paddles. And that was even before creative was added. So now, especially with creative maps, how you can just consistently sit in here and grind, these maps make it so much easier to practice. And if you take advantage of these maps, take advantage of this free build map, take advantage of mechanics practice maps, once you get good enough on that, go into a map like the pit free-for-all and basically spend as much time as possible. Do not give up on it. I promise it'll be better. So again, make sure to go check out Boogeyman, and thanks so much for watching.